What instantly makes a girl hot? Went out on a date with a woman. We got drunk and came back to mine for a nightcap, and she saw my chess set. She coyly asked to play a game, where she proceeded to destroy me. Sexy as heck. My girlfriend did this with Tetris. I thought she was just humoring me, saying she liked video games because she knew I did. Then I got my ass absolutely handed to me. My wife's better at Tetris. I'm better at real-life applications of Tetris, such as packing luggage or a moving van. I call it a win-win. Edit. Some of you seem to think I've been tricked or something. That's really not it. For instance, she folds laundry faster, but I do it more neatly and compactly. She does it most of the time, but I do it if we're going on a trip to maximize the luggage capacity. Years ago, like 1990, woman, we ended up in an arcade somehow to play air hockey, and she's like, "Let's play foosball." Well, from the content of this thread you know exactly what happened. 2 dates later we end up back at her place. Well, guess who has a foosball table in her living room? Sounds like a fake answer, but really showing genuine interest is just about the hottest thing you can do. We want to feel wanted. Honestly, even if they were feigning interest in one of my hobbies just to get their foot in the door, I would be impressed too. As a guy, this about dating has always confused me. I care more about the passion and the why for your interest in the hobby than the hobby itself, sometimes. Knowing what drives a passion is sexy to me, regardless of whether we share the same interest in it. And vice versa, I've dated girls who would make fun of my interest and passions. You love someone for who they are. My last girlfriend was the first one who I ever felt genuinely wanted me, physically. I know you mean more than that. When we broke up, or to be more accurate, when she broke up with me, part of the reason was because she was no longer physically attracted to me, and it absolutely fucking crushed me. Truth be told, this was about, 6 years ago, and I'm still recovering from that. I started dating a girl who would dress in fancy clothes and seemed a little uptight. When I took her home one night, her dad met up with us with their golden retriever. The dog got really happy and started bouncing, and it got dirt all over the girl's fancy clothes. The girl just laughed and started playing with the dog. That made her very attractive, just being herself and not caring about little stuff. That means she dressed up for the date, wanting to look good, but not being stuck up and superficial. Best combo. Agreed, it's good to care about your appearance, but it shouldn't be the only thing that matters. Her laugh. If it's easygoing and friendly, she's hot. My big laugh has a lot of goose energy. I remember a group of guys made fun of it in middle school, and I tried to stop laughing out loud for years, but now I just embrace it. Like, it is my most joyful sound. I hate that I let them make me feel bad about it for so long. The scalding temperature they set the shower to. Walking into a bathroom after a woman showers is like a quick visit to the rainforest. I thought that was just my wife. Her temp is almost maxed and mine is like middle to cool. LOL, my boyfriend tells me I bathe in hell water. A good attitude. I can't count how many women on first look I think are not attractive at all, but when I hang out with them I'm incredibly attracted to them. So yeah, that's the winner for me. A good attitude. Edit, to the people saying, "Yeah, but that's not instant." Maybe not on a first look, but you can decipher a bad attitude pretty quickly. But if I was going to just pick something on first glance, it's dimples. There are an equal number of girls who I find incredibly attractive until I try to hold a conversation with them. I like a nice smile. Conversation skills. Especially being witty. But without being mean. When she's genuinely kind and gives good hugs. A really good, full body, all-encompassing hug. Haven't had one of those in too long, but dang, I remember how they could make a bad day so much better. Exactly. The best kinds of hugs are the ones that squeeze out all the bad gunk of life and realign your spirit in your body. This one girl liked playing Donkey Kong Country with me. Among many things, that was really awesome. My wife can beat the OG Aladdin game in like 15 minutes. Neithius. You chose wisely. Kindness, generosity, intelligence, and confidence. These are all traits of a person, not just a woman, that make them instantly more attractive. Being kind to everyone irrespective of how they look. Unfortunately, this sometimes becomes a problem when guys think you being nice means you want to date them. Then they get irrationally angry when you don't, and claim you led them on, and played the friend zone card. Turns out you thought you had a friend when all they wanted was to fuck. Happens far too many times. Then if they are in your friend group, they are a dick to you every time they see you. It's made me question whether I should stop being so nice to everyone because it keeps being mistaken for romantic interest. And then I seem like a bitch if I reject someone. I just wanted to be friends, be nice. Now that's on the guy more so than you. Attraction is much more than being nice, and guys need to realize that. When she has a similar sense of humor to me, if we can roast each other and make each other laugh without trying for hours on end, then that's it, I'm basically in love. Bedtime. All day my girlfriend will complain about being cold. The instant she is asleep I could fry an egg on her thighs. And she cuddles them relentlessly. Someone save me. I dated a guy who could tell when I was getting sleepy before I could. I'd get too absorbed in whatever I was doing and not notice. But my ex would come over, lay a hand on me, nod to himself and go, "Oh, you're heating up," and start wrapping up whatever he was doing so we could go to sleep. That's cute as fuck. Short skirt, long jacket. Being able to take and make a joke. In my experience as a female, being in the sun for a really long time and electric blankets. What about a sleeping so whose body temp is that of molten lava? My body temp is that of molten lava, but only when I sleep. Otherwise ice. A laugh that's genuine and fills the room. My partner has that. It's the very first thing that attracted me to her. Also, she has nice boobs. But the laugh. That's first for the most part. Things that enter the room before she does. One who is confident and has conversation topics and just fires jokes and kindness all around. If she doesn't judge me for crying hard. Staying hard while crying is actually very impressive. Apparently admitting she has feeling for me gets me every time. A sense of humor. I used to be a waiter, and I was serving a girl and her mom. This girl was kind of pretty but not really my type. By the end of me waiting on her, from all her jokes and everything, I thought she was insanely attractive. Then she mentioned her boyfriend. Freckles. Honestly, I know this either sounds like bullshit or a cliche, but I am a total sucker for the people who are totally themselves, honest, kind, and preferably a little weird. My current girlfriend is this way, awkward, a little shy, but very kind and wants to help everyone. Plus, she's a great cook and her dog is adorable as hell too. I've got a winner, folks, not to brag, but I love her so much. I don't even know if I addressed the prompt. I just want to tell you people how great she is. Confidence. This works both ways obviously, but damn, a confident woman is free. A twinkle in her eye and swearing like a sailor. Being equally emotionally available and vulnerable with each other. Just being genuine and real. I love when my fiancé gets happy about something small, like when One Piece comes on and she starts singing the intro music, or when fast food gets delivered and she does her little happy trot to the door. When she cares about your mental well-being after you clearly had a shitty day, and when she's genuinely excited, happy for you on good days. I find that I can develop a crush with anyone who fits that description, even when I'd initially not be interested. Doesn't talk about people behind their backs and will tell those that are doing it about others to stop. Also doesn't judge anyone by their looks, lifestyle, circumstances, or past. My wife. For me, it's a girl who is willing to take charge and isn't afraid of both her masculine and feminine traits. Ironically, I think that's something men should aspire to as well. My partner is very much like that, though loves camping and getting dirty, doesn't mind cursing like a sailor, but is also an amazing preschool teacher and is tender with individuals who deserve it. That shit is hot as hell. If she got ass, and nicely toned legs, firm but not too muscular. Being oddly passionate about a really niche hobby. Knew a girl who was oddly interested in mushrooms. As in, she'd drive across state lines to really mountainous areas to go mushroom foraging and would invite me along. She knew all the science and shit that went into finding and identifying them and everything. I don't know. Seeing that kind of passion about something you know few other people would have any interest in is hot as fuck to me. For some reason, whenever a girl wears a clothing item of mine, Can be a sweater, a shirt, jeans, anything, she becomes 100 times sexier. I am not saying this is something that happens often to me, but the few times it did happen, it was magical. Coincidentally, every time a guy lets us steal his hoodie, he becomes 100x sexier. What instantly makes a girl hot? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.